What stupid high school drama do you still remember? So there was this kid a year behind me who wanted to fight me for some reason. He'd come at me in the halls, at recess, lunch break, etc. and try to start some it. I avoided him as long as I could, but one day he pushed me up against a wall and wouldn't back down. So, without even dropping my books, I clocked him across the jaw. Hard. He stormed off, talking it. One of my friends said he may have been crying. Later that day, I was in shop class. One of the baddest kids in school was in the class. He came up and tapped me on the shoulder and said, "I heard you punched out my little brother today." Wait, yeah. I stammered. "I kinda did." He said, "Good. The little bastard deserved it." I was dating a chick one time, but neither of us had a car. We were walking out of school one day across the street to McDonald's. Some other dude saw us and asked if we wanted a ride. Not sure why. Neither of us knew him. Naturally, we agreed. Got in the back of the car. He drove us to McDonald's. No big deal. Super polite guy. 2 days later, I get to school and throughout the day everyone's asking me what the duck happened with Brad. I don't know a Brad. I'm so confused. Turns out, Brad's the boyfriend of our own resident school slut. Sorry for the derogatory term, but she ducked everyone. The school slut is also a psycho. The school slut has told everyone that me and my girlfriend had a threesome with Brad. Everyone thinks I ducked my girlfriend with Brad in the back of Brad's car. I've never even seen Brad's D. A bizarre love triangle. Max and Kate were dating, starting freshman year and through sophomore year. But then Kate gets really close to a new girl at school, Alexis. Soon she and Alexis are secretly dating. At the same time, Max is secretly dating his best friend Dave. Basically everyone in our group of friends knew what was going on. But the charade of Max and Kate dating each other lasted about 2.5 years. I was valedictorian of my graduating class, and there was this whole ordeal where people said I didn't deserve it since I didn't have a baby like the salutatorian and hadn't had as hard of a life as her. Drunk kids coming home from party wrapped their car around a tree, hit railroad tracks going 106 miles per hour, lost control. Next person to drive by was the elder brother of one of kids in the crash. Spent 15 minutes doing CPR on his dying brother until ambulance showed up. Older brother quit school week later and was found in a cheap hotel. Hanged himself. Edit. If you are wondering, this happened in 2009 in Iowa. I'm not saying any more than that. When this guy in my high school ducked a girl with the exact same name as me, generic name, from a different school while she was on her period. Scandalous for 16. And she bled everywhere. Everyone thought it was me. My story was about 400 students who were playing Halo on school's computers from the school's student shared file. They tried to suspend all those students, but the superintendent said that was stupid. When everyone called me a faggot for years, and then I came out of the closet in 11th grade and everyone wanted to be my friend and applauded me for my bravery. Duck kids. I'm not sure what happened. Probably boyfriend drama. But this one girl started attacking another girl with a curling iron in the school bathroom. Oh my god. I farted during the sat and the flutter of my butt cheeks sounded like a NASCAR vehicle whizzing by. And it screeched out for at least 5 seconds. It didn't help that yours truly also stank that place up. And it was a hot day. No one in my school got into a good college that year just because I ordered double burritos from Taco Bell the day previous. 8th grade. Boy ducked a girl in the armpits in the boys' room. Kid walked in on them. Told teacher. Boy was kicked out of school. To protest, we all drew stick figures on the back of our hands and circled the armpit. Didn't work. Someone bought a copy of Zoo, British Booby Mag, and it had a picture of our French teacher in it. My god, were her boobs fantastic. They were big and round and soft and pouty, and I just wanted to bury my face in them and never leave. Where was I? Oh yes. Everyone found out and she left the school and moved away. This kid at our school was caught getting a blowjob out by the pond, which is an extremely secluded fenced-off area made specifically for the environmental science students. The girl got suspended because it wasn't her first time getting caught giving head. The boy's mom started going to school with him too, to keep an eye out. The best part though is that they were caught by a teacher named Emma Moorehead. There were many rumors floating around about me in high school. No idea why, but my absolute favorite had to be that I had webbed toes. Of all the things to lie about, honestly I have no idea what that person was thinking when they made it up. At first I attempted to dispel it by showing people who asked, but after a while I decided to let people think whatever they want about my feet. When my crush and I were dissecting a frog and he told me he liked my best friend, and I squeezed the poop bag on accident. Smell for days. Our school gives iPads to juniors and seniors. We have iMessage on them, so we are all messaging throughout the day. Some idiotic girl gives her iPad to tech support and they see her messages, which include graphic detail about countless parties throughout the year. The school starts collecting iPads of people suspected of attending parties. School prints out thousands of pages of messages to suspend drug users and people who were exploring sexuality. Don't know why people were messaging this stuff on school property, but needless to say people were pissed and scared shitless. But it's okay, football and basketball players didn't get in trouble. My sophomore year of high school, some crazy girl tried so hard to get me and my BF to break up. She cried when he would sit next to me at lunch, even if we sat with her. She told everyone that I brainwashed him and my friends to hate her. She told people that the only reason why he didn't date her was BC she was Jewish. She wrote on Facebook about how I was an attention-seeking cheating itch. She had a birthday party with him and 3 other guys in a hotel on the day of our homecoming dance. And when he didn't go, she offered him $500 to break up with me. Every time someone would say something wrong about her, she would always break down and cry because her dad died when she was young and she never got to know what it was like. We all knew there was deep-rooted issues that needed to be resolved, but she was toxic to be around. She ended up engaged our senior year of high school to an abusive guy. Her mom even asked my boyfriend to ask her out once so they would stop dating. Weird it. My friend has a really nice house with an outdoor pool and a pool table on the deck. He threw a party in junior year, and being his best friend, I was sleeping over afterwards. I was with a girl and was leading her outside when I hear a moaning. I turn on the light and see some guy I have never seen before ducking a freshman girl who is on her period on the pool table. Not knowing what to do, I turned off the light and slowly backed away. After the party ended, I told my friend and ventured out to see what happened. To say the least, we spent a solid 4 hours cleaning the pool table. Stories about this went on for the next 2 years of high school. Somebody bought a grenade at an army surplus store and brought it to school. It was discovered seconds before the buses were supposed to leave, and the bus with the grenade was one of the last buses in line. The school evacuated all of the buses and made us all cram into the common area. About 4,000 students. Letters were written to the police department complaining about the horrible way the crisis was handled because they turned a 30-person max casualty rate to a 4,000-person max casualty rate, and they didn't have any officers inside except for the liaison officer, so a gunman could have taken 4,000 teens hostage. And all of this happened last Friday. The grenades are defused before they are sold to the public. MySpace Top 8 created a lot of it. I apparently had a threesome with 2 of my ex-girlfriends that I don't even remember. I really wish I could have been there for that threesome that I was allegedly involved in. Then maybe I could understand why those girls were so damn pissed. High school rumors. I will never miss them. Made a friend cry because I was making fun of Jesus. All I did was shout Jesus Christ when another friend almost fell off the bleachers. She now spends her days on Facebook quoting Ronald Reagan out of context and hating gay people. Reddit would love her. Twitter confession pages. It's happening now. Anonymous people submit anything from gossip to sex drama and people's personal lives. It's a mess. Kid in 7th grade sees bomb threat on a store door. Runs down the hall with his pants down screaming to his teacher. People obsessing over the fact that I hadn't slept with my girlfriend at the time. 10th grade for me, 8th for her. I'm glad I never gave in to peer pressure. Some people just can't leave things alone. Girl allegedly sucked off this dude in the men's bathroom. Word spread like wildfire and almost the whole school found out. The girl was part of this cool girls crew that acted better than everyone. So, to suck off someone in a bathroom stall was a big deal. I learned years later after graduation she did a few amateurs porn scenes, and now is an escort I believe. This dude would pretend to sleep in one of those small cubicle desks in the library but really just try to masturbate through his pocket. He would do it every day and finally got caught on camera. That was good. Also, another guy was taking showers in the football locker room for the first time freshman year and popped a boner. From then on he was called Boner Boy. Poor Boner never had a chance after that. People don't forget. I logged onto a girl's account in high school and saved Hub Girl as her background. When she logged on in the library she screamed. The computer apparently froze, and for some reason the librarian didn't think to unplug the computer so she taped a piece of paper over the monitor. I got suspended for 2 days, and things got bad for a bit. Edit. She was super popular, and I was not. I got ducked with a lot afterwards. A bunch of the guys on the football team had a hot tub orgy featuring a couple girls from my class. They came to be known as the Orgy 5. Well, news spread over school and the teachers even had a meeting over it. One of the 5 was in my history class, and as we were watching the movie Hamburger Hill, there was a scene featuring a big tub and naked woman. The teacher paused the film, called him out and asked if it looked familiar. Oh, high school. This is a throwaway account. I had a kid constantly pick on me. Not just mean bully things but literally hurt me to the point of debating suicide on a daily basis. I was a very small kid at the time and would never be able to take him in a fight. He also happened to live a few miles from my house on my bus route. On Halloween I bought a very large 7-pound firework, one that shoots many rockets over a 4-minute time span. I opened a window on his first floor, attached a cigarette to the fuse of the firework, so it would be a timed ignition, and left. About 70% of the house was burnt but no one was hurt. My anger didn't realize how much it would affect everyone else in his family. If I had the chance I'd still kill my bully almost a decade later. Once this guy got stabbed, drama ensued. Kid being chased by a cop. Teacher hears it in the hallway, leaves classroom, tackles kid, and holds him down for cop. Girl in the year below me was having sex with a guy and screamed she couldn't feel it, so he grabbed a nail file and just had at it. 4 other guys filmed it. She was 16. Teacher was fired for no apparent reason. Rumors were he was a pedophile. Not typical school drama, but my English teacher lost his son at 2 weeks. We were studying poems at the time and one on the curriculum was about a man losing his son. My teacher broke down with only me and another student there. We attempting to console him, but there is really nothing you can say in that situation. In year 10 media studies we had to make a short film for assessment. One group, 2 guys and a girl, decide to make a film where the girl gives birth to a live kitten. It was a very graphic depiction, and once everyone found out about it, she didn't live it down until she eventually dropped out of school. If my high school wasn't being evacuated for a bomb threat, it was security hauling kids off who started fights in 4th period lunch. For instance, a fight began after this kid flicked a bottle tab at another kid adjacent to him and the guy launched himself across the table. Guy 1 pummeled the other and got expelled. But anymore, it got to the point where people seemed to start fights for the fun of it. Then there were the senior pranks. Every year there was a senior picnic for the graduating class. I was a sophomore when this happened, but hours before the picnic, bus drivers reported seeing blow-up dolls hanging from the trees and porn magazines strewn all over the area where the festivities were supposed to be held. When I was graduating, someone planted a tree in the middle of the football field in a bucket of cement. I'll admit those 2 were creative, with the first being the best. But the year before I graduated, whoever was in that senior class decided it would be funny to dump the lunch tables into the woods behind the cafeteria. These students waited until the janitors were finished to roll out 6 or so tables and graffiti them in our rival school's colors and reduck my school's name, rival school, pride, etc. I also recall when my friends decided to sell our friend on eBay, and people actually bid until eBay caught on and took down the auction. Yeah, my schoolmates were a colorful bunch. I watched a girl cry in the middle of the hall because she finally found out all of her friends had been spreading the rumor that she was pregnant. Before anyone can ask, yes, she still stayed friends with them after the incident. Because I mean, you're not going to voluntarily stop hanging out with the cool kids, right? This girl swore up and down I wanted to duck her girlfriend, just because we were super close. I'm not even gay. She tried to fight me in the hallway. and the hostility went on for about a year. This girl in my high school pooped everywhere during anal at post-prom junior year. Eventually, the scandals happened and everyone else forgot about it, except for the guy most likely and me, because the girl in question was the meanest bitch ever who made it her mission to make my life a living hell and be obnoxiously fake nice to me when teachers or authority figures were around so no one would believe me. It still brings a smile to my face to this day to think about her experiencing the crushing humiliation she inflicted upon me every day for 4 years. Only difference was mine never involved pooping the bed. Had a mutual friend with my sister and we were all at a party and the next day a rumor spread that we had a three-way. We all hated that school. This is a good one. I had a friend, I will call him Jimmy, who lived by me and we were pretty close. Jimmy was a nice kid in middle school but once he hit high school he changed. Apparently he got really paranoid everyone hated him, which no one did, yet, and thought he was gay, which no one did. So one day out of the blue he came up to me and a group of our friends and says, "The reason I have been acting so weird is cause I am having D surgery to widen my urethra, okay?" We were all confused and shocked. One piece of advice to anyone having D surgery who is currently or maybe in high school soon. Don't tell people cause they will make fun of you and call you Stitch D. I know, not that creative. Well, everyone started making fun of Jimmy and because of his paranoia and overall poor social skills it only made it worse. Acting weird, playing guitar in front of the school, wearing 2 popped collars, wearing aviators around school, some stupid it. And then he soon tried to distract people by throwing me under the bus. Manly trying to tell everyone. Chinesthetic foot is gay and came out to me once. But I had a good amount of friends and a girlfriend so nothing really stuck. And Jimmy just endured even more wrath of mean high schoolers. As the 4 years went by I became pretty popular and ended up dating a really pretty girl who was popular too. Jimmy went into serious depression and even a mental institution. Seriously, people don't tell high schoolers that your urethra is too small and they need to widen your pee hole, be doing surgery on it. It will only cause more pain. It's pretty depressing to even think about it now. 3 years later, but towards the end of my senior year, a friend stole one of my other close friends' wallet thinking she was gonna get away with it, which she kinda did. Unfortunately, my friend went around saying that she's gonna have her friends jump the person who stole it. Blah blah blah. The one who stole it freaks out and decides to give it to me, knowing fully well that I was gonna have her back. So I call up my friend and tell her that the only way she'll get her wallet is if she doesn't ask any questions. She agrees. I give it to her and everything is good again until she realizes her social security card is missing. She freaks out and begs me to tell her who took it, but I refuse, because I know my other friend is gonna get her ass whooped. So the friend's mom comes to the school and they call me in and suspend me on the spot. The juicy part? The friend that stole it told everyone that we're not even friends, that I was just using her as an excuse to save my ass. My last month at that school was terrible. Went to homecoming with a girl. She ignored me the entire night.